All right, today is January 8, 2018. This is the meeting of the CSI implementation group for Kubernetes. Today we are going to review the items that we assigned on Friday and rebalance it a little bit. I think Vlad ended up with a lot of work on his plate, and we have, I think, enough folks working on this project to distribute this a little bit better. So that's the first thing on the agenda. Does anybody have anything else they want to talk about? If so, we can do that first before we jump into the assignments.
Yeah, I put it to the end of the agenda.
Okay, I'll go ahead and pull that in. Oops. But go ahead, I'll move that. Floor is all yours.
Okay, yeah, I'll make sure I only take about 5 minutes. The very first thing is that I'm trying to do the same thing that I do on GCE on my VMs created using Workgroup, which is a technology by CoreOS. The thing is that I can get I have set all the settings that I know of, and I can bring up I can say, get volume attachment that works. I can create a PV with CSI on it that works. The thing is, the error that I find is that I'm unable to have, it seems like the kubelet communicate with the CSI driver. There seems to be an error there. So let me show you what the error is. I can probably just show you my screen. Share my screen. I can show you. I can find my window. Share my screen. Share my desktop. So here we have the Slack channel for today, and I put in here some information, and this is the error that we see here, right? Where the kubelet is seeing that information. We're saying no volume plugin matched. I just took a little background. Here is the log for the driver, and the driver has some communication happening, and even the volume was created. So that was good. So that means that the external provisioner at least got the information. So I was talking to Vlad about it, and he suggested to get the information with PVC, so I posted that here. But the main key thing is this key, is the storage class. Vlad, I think, pointed out that it may be incorrect. So right now I have provisioner set to the name of the driver as returned by plugin info. Is that correct or incorrect?
That is correct, but the name doesn't align with the requirements set by the CSI spec. It needs to be a reverse domain name, com dot whatever. But regardless, that shouldn't make an issue. It shouldn't.
Yeah.
No problem.
So okay, so that's okay, yeah. And so the provisioner is still okay to have that set, right? Okay. Then and then
on the PV object, you should have the same name as the driver name.
Yeah, so here's a PV object, and I have the driver, CSI host path.
Okay.
Right.
So is the problem with kubelet finding the socket?
No,
it's in the... Go ahead.
No, what I was going to point out is in the error that was displayed, it's complaining that it can't not match. Actually, it's right there. No volume plugin matched. So that's why I was thinking maybe it has to do, because I think what's going on is we're not specifying which anywhere where the CSI plugin must be used. So it has to have.
It should be in the PVC or in the PV object, right? In the PV object where you define that you're using the CSI plugin. So yeah, my bet is that Do you have everything enabled correctly? The all the flag gates that we require.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have my system here, and you can look at right here. See?
Lois, you can actually print the head of the kubelet lock. It will print out the Discord
Yes,
plugin.
that's true. Let's look at that journal. Actually, I have it right here. Oh, here it is. Actually. Oh man, I really screwed up my screen now. Let me just do this. Export term. Good old VT100. Okay, there we go. So you can see it is right there. Is there another flag I need to set to the kubelet? That's the only one I added.
Kubelet, if you add the verbose level, it will print out all the plugins it discovered. Calm down a little bit, and you will see all the plugins that are getting discovered. So from there, if you find the plugin in that list,
okay.
Can you search for plugin?
yeah, it should be plugins.go. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. Good.
That's for plugin. That's fine.
No cloud provider
That's fine.
specified.
You'll see a bunch of them listed, but you should have the verbosity level of the kubelet to be up, though. I'm not sure which verbosity level you're using.
Yeah.
Creating device plugin.
Yeah.
Map.
It says SCNI.
Volume is not there. Okay, go up a little bit higher.
Oh, higher?
Just
Okay.
all.
Okay.
I don't think you have the verbosity level. So yeah, maybe we'll take it after the meeting.
Yeah,
and then
yeah, let's do that. I just wanted to bring that up, saying that I can't do it, and then we could take it offline.
Okay. All right, so let me share my screen and then we will do the rebalancing. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So first item is assigned to David. This is the mount device stuff end to end. Second is the mount propagation stuff assigned to Jan. I don't think there's any issue there. Next is the first item assigned to Vlad, which is block devices. I spoke to Erin offline, and she agreed that her team would be willing to pick this up, which is great. And then we could have Vlad guide her from the CSI side of things.
Okay.
So that'll be actually one way to reduce the load a little bit. And if guiding becomes too much there, Vlad, you could hand it off to one of us.
Okay.
Did everybody lose connection there with Saad?
Yeah, I think it was Saad's connection.
Oh.
That was.
Okay. Well, so first two items we are okay on. Third item, we have Erin from Red Hat picking up, and Vlad will help guide that. Next up is the item assigned to Philippe. I think we're okay there. Next is the node authorizer limit. This, I think, let's bold it for now, and we'll come back to it. David has deploying external components to GCRIO, no issue there. Topology, I'll take care of. CSI credentials, I'm okay with. Then we have registration of socket with kubelet device mechanism. So this is a big project. Then we have nobody assigned to this item yet. And then we have Vlad working on ext4 and
I think that was it.
I think that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
So between these four items that are currently assigned to you, Vlad, I think the first item will be relatively low touch. It'll be mostly guidance and review. The
Okay.
last item, specifying file systems, is a bit of work. It's just adding in API calls and making sure that you extend the API in the correct spots. These two are going to be big projects because this one requires design, the registration stuff, and the node authorizer requires getting familiar with that code path.
Okay. So if I was gonna go ahead.
So yeah, it's your call. You can keep all of them, or we can rebalance it now and have somebody pick up one of these or a couple of them. Up to you.
I'd like to. I'll keep the where you have the cursor there.
Mm-hmm.
And then as far as the registration, get some involvement. I don't know how much, or I mean, like you said, it's some design work.
Yep.
So some kind of involvement, maybe just to participate in the design discussion or implementation. Okay. I don't know.
Luis, did you get a chance to review if you were going to be able to help out with this one?
1 second. Let me take a look.
Yeah, because
talking about the registration socket.
Yep.
With the GPU team.
Yeah.
Right.
I have not.
Okay.
I can have an answer for you for the next one.
Okay, so let's say we'll reconvene on Wednesday and discuss that item and see if Luis can pick it up. Otherwise, is there anybody on the call who is interested in picking this up? Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to mention that you could see all the items that I have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't mind also.
Yeah, let's do that next. So,
if there is nobody to taking it up, yeah, I will sign up. That's fine.
Okay.
I think I'm low touch, but the only thing I want to focus on GC, PD, but let me see if I can get some help. Yeah.
Okay. So let's review Luis's items to make sure he's balanced as well. All right. So
I'm also working with Aaron and SIG storage on the startup thing for new people who need SIG storage.
Right. All right, where are we? Here we go. So this one is possibly something you're going to be working on. The unit test framework, end-to-end tests. Travis, yeah, you have a lot on your plate already.
Yeah.
Docs.
Yeah.
Dependency updating. Yeah, you have way too much on your plate.
Yeah.
Better version handling.
Yep.
How do you feel? Do you want to try to balance some of these items off to other people?
I would pass on the driver registration with the GPU team.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. So Chakri, how comfortable do you feel picking this up?
Yeah, I'll pick that up. That's fine.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Feel free to sync up with me offline on any of these items if you need clarification or guidance or where to start. Yeah, so, I've been ignoring Slack for a bit. If I'm going to try to get better on that.
All those items are kind of correlated here. These 4 items.
Yep.
So that's okay. I can do all those.
And then down here.
Yeah, I can do that too.
Okay.
And better version handling. What is the output of this?
I think this is.
That was my question, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was your question. How strict or non-strict version checking should be.
Yeah.
Yes, in Kubernetes. Okay.
Correct.
And on the PO side.
Yep, I will take care of it. Those are all items I can do.
And on the client side too, Luis. And on the
the client side. Yeah, client and driver side.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like you have a lot on your plate, but you're ready to tackle it. So we'll leave it as is for now, and then we can continue to revise as we go through the quarter. If it looks like we're not making as much progress as we should be, we can try to rebalance again. At this point, does anybody feel like they'd like another look at the assignments, or are we comfortable?
And if somebody wants to take over some of my assignments, I don't mind working with them. Doesn't mean that I'm the only one working, especially the new people.
So I know, I think Yu Quan reached out to me offline. He's in China. Let's see what his information here is. Yu Quan, yeah. He said he's interested in helping out here. If there's a piece that we can hand off to him that doesn't necessarily require him to attend these meetings, he would be very happy to do so, to help out on this. He's very interested. Is there anything that we possibly want to give him to work
I think it's a great, yeah, I can give him one of mine that's very simple.
Sure.
And it's a great way to get started. It's the one that says something about all the drivers. So let's see, go down a little bit more. Yeah, P2 update spec dependency 2.20. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can be the mentor for that. I can review his code.
Is there any task or bug which do you think would require slow mentoring and somebody could do it in an 8-hour time frame?
I can check it out. You know what's really good? The E2E test, the sanity tester. We definitely need help with that. So if you want to help with that, that would be great.
Which item is that exactly?
Yeah, go up a little bit, Saad. It's the it's not really here, but it's, you can add it as a bullet on, right under that, called CSI sanity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here, this item.
Okay.
Yes, and
Okay.
if you put your name next to it, and then I can talk offline with you.
Okay, Pietro, it's my name. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was certain we were tracking that somewhere because I remember discussing this with you at some point. And
yeah, I need to talk to Julian about.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But the thing is like I was thinking about it, and definitely before I talk to Julian, I want to make sure you guys are okay with this. That CSI sanity is more of a driver checker smoke test.
Yep.
And if they want to create like a verifier certification, that's something else, I think. And this is kind of the simple version of it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the way I view it. So.
And the difference is that is exactly what?
No, does that make sense? What I'm proposing?
Not quite. I don't follow what the difference is.
Oh, when you go through a certification process, you have to check everything that has, with the spec, every angle and everything like that. With the CSI sanity, it's more like it's a smoke test. It's like it passes. We're not going to test every single angle, but we're just going to say it just does enough, right?
Yeah.
I don't want it to go into this huge thing that people depend on. So
that makes sense. So I guess there's room for both of these to coexist. One is a quick and dirty tester to sanity check things. Another is a certification suite, which is more robust and end-to-end and actually means something other than.
Yeah, exactly right.
Okay, that seems reasonable.
Yeah.
I will contact you then, Luis.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Okay, so that seems reasonable to me. We assigned an item to Yuquan, and then I believe Sergey sent an email offline. He was interested in working on some of the CSI drivers. I saw some traffic on that thread. Does anybody have an update?
Yes. So the current thinking is for Ceph, we want to put the driver into the Ceph repository and putting it in the driver's repository. So given like we don't want to add any more drivers into the examples directory.
Yep.
So we want to figure out what the stance on it. So we don't want it to be a repo of drivers, right? So whatever the
this is Sergey.
That's
right.
Yeah.
Here. So basically, we agreed that we create a repo under the Ceph. So it's gonna be called Ceph CSI, and that's where we will store the future Ceph CSI or Ceph FS and RBD drivers.
Sweet.
Cool.
So that also makes sense actually, because if something changes in the Ceph, they will actually fix the driver right in there rather than trying to come into somewhere else and fix it.
Yeah, perfect.
And I think last time we left off, there was discussion about writing GCE and AWS drivers.
Yes, I put down there. So I was planning to work on it, but if I take the driver, we still need to check.
I think we could leave that low pri for now, and we can possibly have David pick up the GCE driver if he finishes everything else early.
Okay. Actually, I do have some changes in there, but yeah, that's fine. We can sync it up.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Did you already add it somewhere?
I had some minor changes. I stashed them up, but
okay.
So I think David picks it up because long term, if he wants to maintain, he has better access to GCE resources, right? So I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think that should be a P1 given that we don't have any driver which completely accesses end-to-end today.
Yeah, that would be important, but I don't know how much, based on how much work is assigned to David, if he's going to have enough time to work on it.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay.
So for that reason, I want to keep it P2 until we know better. Okay. All right, so we all have a lot on our plates. I think next steps are just to get started. And if you have any questions, reach out to people, reach out to me, Luis, Vlad, all the folks that have been working on this for a while are happy to help. Let's make progress. Deadlines to keep in mind are, let's see, 1.9, 1.10, oop. Looks like they haven't published the 1.10 deadlines, but the code freeze should be close to the end of February, maybe around February 20 or somewhere around there. So let's keep an eye on that. And in fact, let me see if I could, I'm certain there was a message sent out about this. Okay, well, we'll find it offline and then I'll post the deadlines. But keep in mind that we're targeting end of February for code freeze, and then we'll go from there. All right, anything else folks want to discuss?
Yeah, the E2E test is still pending review.
Oh, right. Damn, I keep punting that. Okay, let me try to prioritize that higher today.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. And I'll see you all Wednesday. Actually, I'll put a link for a video conference right after this meeting. Who is available to help me debug that issue?
I'll jump
I
on
can
there.
set up a meeting for them. What's that?
I'll jump on there.
All right,
Yeah.
then I'll put a link on the Slack, and anybody can jump in if they want to.
All right.
Okay.
All right, take care, guys.
Cool. Sounds good. Thanks.
Awesome. All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.